Hello, you beautiful MFers. It's been so long, you guys. So I have been dealing with some health stuff the last couple of months, so that's where I've been. But I don't want to bore you with that, or talk too much at the beginning of this. But I did these earlier today, and they were super simple, but look really expensive. And I only used a couple of things, and they are all affordable products. So I wanted to kind of show how I did these, because I'm finally getting back up here in my nail room, like revived and feeling good finally. So if these are something you want to see, then go ahead and stick around and watch the whole process. All right, so I already did my prep, so I already pushed back my cuticles and did all of that. I'll add all of that into the end of the video for those of you that are kind of curious to see how I do my prep and all of that. So uh, this is what we're looking like. I did already dehydrate, so let me show you what we're going to use first. It's really, I mean, we're using 4 products, guys, besides the tips and the diamonds. But so I did post this stuff on my community tab because you can get it on Amazon. I've seen this brand all over Instagram, and it always looks so beautiful. So when I saw it pop up on Amazon, I was like, oh crap. And it's like more than half off. Like the their website, it's like 23, $25 for their products. And on Amazon, it's only $9.90 for this. So you get 2 ounces or 60 mLs of polygel. And this is the cool nude, which I know when I posted this, there was a few of you that said you really hoped that I would try this color out. So here it is. It is absolutely beautiful. And this is phenomenal polygel right here. Very, very, very good. I hope that it stays that price on Amazon, but just in case it doesn't, I am going to go buy a few bottles of this color specifically. I did buy all the other colors, which I will show. I'm going to do a haul video because I do have quite a bit of stuff, but so we're going to be using this. Born Pretty base gel, and this is what I'm going to use as my base gel and to glue on my tips. We're going to use the Beatles Protein Primer. I really, really, really like this stuff. They actually sent this to me along with some other stuff. Look at the brush on it, though. My favorite type of brush. I love the short, stubby brushes for primers. Works so good because you can just like kind of scrub in on your nail. Works great. Favorite. But, and then, so for the cat eye, this is the cat eye right here. It is from Gellin. It's their top coat series. So it is the cat eye top coat. So I did swatch it on a clear swatch stick and a black one for you guys to see. So this is like an actual like clear. If you've ever seen some of the other like cat eye top coats, they're almost kind of gray, like not kind of gray, but like really gray, and they change the color of like your base products. So when I saw this one, I was like, I'm gonna buy it. It's like $6 and just see. And it is so pretty, and there's so much like so much of the cat eye particles in there. It's just gorgeous. I absolutely love it. And then, of course, my tips, which these are half cover tips. I'm not doing a peel off because I want to actually wear these for a while. And then the gemstones. So these I got off of, I want to say AliExpress, and they are actual like cubic zirconia stones with a silver back. I found that the gold back ones actually like kind of give off the yellow, almost the glue, and so I really don't like that. Look how pretty these are. They're so pretty. They're even prettier in person. So anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and do the tips, get the tips on, and then we will get into all the rest of it. Okay, so here we are with the tips on, looking lovely. Love these tips. I've been using these for years and years. They are beautifully long. These are 3XL, but I am going to cut them down. I am going to measure these different. I don't measure with magnets or anything like that because my nail plates are different lengths, which I'll pop up a little video that I took before I did this hand to show you. So if I measure from my fingertip to, you know, however many magnets, this hand will actually be a lot shorter than this hand, because my nail plates and nail beds are a lot longer on this hand. And then this one is actually short. My middle finger is actually shorter than these two. So that's why I don't measure my tips with magnets or anything like that. I cut and I measure from the cuticle on each one because of how much of a difference there is between. So I will start a little bit longer on these ones, just so that I have enough room to file and all of that, because they will shorten up a little tiny bit with filing and all of that. So usually I'm pretty good at kind of eyeballing it, but yeah. So we're going to measure these out. And then I'm just going to cut them into kind of a rough stiletto. Uh, and then we will go from there. So the tips on this hand will actually look a lot longer, just because they technically are a lot longer on this hand for them to be the same length as my nails on this hand. I don't know if you've ever like actually looked at your nails and held them. Let me see if I can show you from cuticle to cuticle. So here, can you see how much lower this index finger is than this index finger? So like the tip of my finger here is actually way lower, and that's me measuring from cuticle to cuticle. So if I were actually to do it from the tips of my finger, can you see how much difference there is here? So that's why there's actually a lot of people that have different lengths of nail beds and nail plates. So I don't know if it's something that any of you guys have ever noticed, or if any of you guys have any nail plates that are different lengths. All right, and then they'll all sit. So like I've said in a lot of my other videos, I like my cuticles or my nail beds, my nail plates to, when I'm showing my nails like this, for them to be like beautifully curved like this. I don't like them all being the same length like this. It's just odd to me. Now what I'm going to do is just go in and kind of just roughly file them into shape. Oh, there's our shape right there. Rough shape. Oh, this is the same file I used for this hand, so not like a used old file that I used on like Adeline or Autumn or Violet. So this is going to be the shape that I do just for now, kind of an almond right now, but I will sharpen it up once I get the polygel on it. So I'm going to do this same thing to all of my nails, and then I will be back. All right, so here we are with the shape. I know you guys are probably getting tired of this shape, but it's almond and stiletto are my favorite. So it's hard for me to do other shapes, but if you guys do want to see other shapes, let me know and I will absolutely do those. But I also wanted to, like, when you're dusting your nails off, don't go back and forth like this because you're actually pushing stuff up into your cuticles. So only go this way, and then if you have to, you know, to get into the crevices, pull your skin back and go down in one direction. Um, because if you think about it, you've just, you know, opened up your cuticle pretty much by all the filing, pushing back and all of that. So you don't want to be jamming stuff back up into there. So always go in a downward direction when you're dusting your nails off so that you're not putting stuff up there. Uh, yeah, so here's the shape. This one looks kind of funny because I need to take more off the side, but I'll do that once I get all the product on and file and all that. So here we are so far. Trust the process. So now I'm going to go ahead and take and prime. And I am just going to prime my nail plates this time because I don't care about this backside being like super clear. So I'm not too worried about it. If I was, then I would probably prime the whole nail. But I am going to double prime. So I'm just going to take this and kind of scrub it into my nail. Like so. Are my lights too bright? Let me try and turn them down just a little bit. Wonder if that's better. Hopefully that's better. Hopefully it hasn't been too bright this whole time, but here we are. So let me zoom in so you can see what I'm talking about. I'm just gonna take this and just where my nail plate is. So not, I will get a little bit on the tip, but I'm more focused about my nail plate. So I'm just gonna go like this and scrub it in like that. This primer is so good, guys. So good. I am super impressed by Born Pretty, or not, sorry, not cheese, by Beatles new line. They sent me one of their cat eye collections and then one of their collections that they've been selling at like Walmart, Target, and all of that. And they are so good. I've always liked Beatles. I've never had a problem with them. I know they're kind of a, to some people, a more controversial um, kind of brand. I have never personally had a problem with them. I've always liked them. So, um, super excited that they wanted to send me over some stuff. So thank you to them for that. I always try and double prime just to give a good kind kind of sticky base for products to, the only thing, and you guys are probably going to think I'm crazy, I don't really prime too often when I'm doing acrylic. But that's for myself. On other people, I would, like on Adeline and Autumn, I prime when I'm doing acrylic on them, but on myself, I don't. It I don't have a problem with products not sticking very well. So I'm gonna let this dry for about a minute, and then we will go ahead and get into the polygel application. All right, so here we are. I did my base coat. So let's get some polygel on here. I always try and keep one of these like little kind of palettes, I guess, disposable palettes with me when I'm doing polygel, because if I get too much on a nail, then I take it off and put it on here so that I can kind of fill in if I need to in other spots. I can just pick it up off of here and then use it. So, and I don't use the spatula on my polygel brush. I just go right onto my nail. This is a more translucent cover color, so I am gonna just go all at once. So this is what it looks like from the side. That should be plenty for this whole nail. And then I do just use 91% isopropyl alcohol. I like it because it evaporates faster than 70%. So I don't have to worry about like the alcohol running into my cuticles, because it, when it runs, it does have like particles from this uncured polygel, and so I don't want that exposure on my skin. So I'm just gonna pat it into place here, and I do leave it away from my cuticle until I am almost finished, and then I go in and do my cuticle so that it's not running or anything like that. But look how beautiful that color is. So pretty. And this polygel is so nice. It's firm, but it's not super firm. And it cures so pretty, like just smooth. Like if you can see, some polygels will have like a really, really crazy inhibition layer on it, or dispersion layer, whatever you want to call it. This one does not, which is really impressive. I like it a lot, especially for the price, because for, you know, 10 bucks, you can get Gaoi, more pretty, you know, more of the, like, well-known affordable brands. So this one being such a big brand, and being that price on Amazon, that is on US Amazon. I don't know what it is in other countries because I am in the US. So, and I'm not super worried about going all the way over here because I am going to be filing that part off anyway. So this is just rough kind of first layer. I'm getting everything where I want it. I am gonna have to do a little bit more. Look how pretty that color is though. Love it. I'm gonna brush it backwards. So instead of brushing all the extra off of the free edge, I brush it backwards so that I can start moving everything towards my cuticle and making my apex. But I am gonna have to do another bead on top of this one because it is a little bit flat. So that's all right. So once I get this far where I have, you know, probably 4 millimeters away from my cuticle, I'm gonna start kind of focusing it around my cuticle. But so you can see, I never, ever, ever like fully butt things up to, come on, focus, to my cuticle all the way. I was taught that you want a gap so that you have less exposure, for allergies, anything like that, any kind of contact dermatitis, anything. So I always leave a gap, and that's with all products, my base coat, um, all of it. I leave a gap. It's super, in my opinion, super important. So, like, look how much that hasn't moved. It's just a really nice polygel. So now I'm going to start kind of focusing on this back part and just ever so lightly moving it, but also still leaving a gap around my nail. Then once I get like this, I'm going to take my brush and I'm going to go at an angle so that it kind of just tucks it right along my nail, and just kind of blends it in really nicely so that I don't have to do a lot of cuticle filing. So there's my first layer right there. So pretty. So I'm gonna just flash cure that, or cure it for about 30 seconds and then go in with my next layer. All right, so here we go. So there you can see, like, how matte it is. It really, I don't want to touch it, but it really does not have hardly any inhibition layer on it, which is really cool. So I'm going to go ahead and do that to all of these nails. I will leave it in here just for you to watch. So yeah, gonna do that to the rest of the nails, and then we will finish them up. That's super, super easy, simple, but beautiful nails. So yeah. All right, guys, here we are. I got my hands washed, and this is what we are looking like. So let's go ahead and get into the fun part, which is the design. And like I said, it's really, really easy, really quick too, if you're comfortable using an e-file anyway. So I did pick this up off of Amazon. Love it. This was my first time using it, but so good. Gellin is a brand I really like off of Amazon. It is not an Amazon brand. It is its own brand. So they do have a website, but I always just buy off of Amazon. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to take this primer. I did buff a little bit, but I'm going to take this and go over so that I don't have to do a base coat on these, because this helps take away any kind of little scratches or filing marks that are still left on the nail. The primer just kind of fills it in, and then you're not adding a bunch of bulk to the nail. I've done this for years. It works beautifully. It saves time. All right, so there we are. All these little kind of divots in there that you can see from filing, they're all going to get covered up by this top coat. It's actually really thick, really nice. So I'm not worried about having everything completely like silky smooth, because the top coat is going to smooth all of that out. So I will show you on this nail, uh, how I'm gonna do this. And so since I did it on this hand with the cat eye kind of on the outer side of this nail, I'm gonna do the same on this so that they're cohesive. So just gonna take this. I'm gonna try and see how thick it is. It's super thick. Try and show you guys. It is real thick. Really nice. I do not need that much on here. I'm going to take and just go, again, leaving a gap. I don't want to touch my skin with it. And then it comes with this little magnet, but I'm not going to use this. I'm going to use my bigger magnet, which, come on, which is this one right here. So I'm just going to take and kind of activate all of this on both sides, like so, around the bottom. And then I'm just going to take and push all of it to this side. So I'm just going to take the very tip of my magnet and just go like that, so that it's all pushed over to that side. And then I'm going to flash cure it over here and there. Oh, that's a bubble. So here we are. That's a little air bubble, but I'm not worried about it because I'm going to put a gemstone right there. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that to all of the nails, and then we will be back to do the stones, and then we are done. So there's that. It takes about 3 minutes to do that. Absolutely beautiful. These look so pretty in the sunlight because you can see like the color of the polygel, but then you know, as you move your hand, the cat eye kind of um just like there's like sparse sparkles, even though it doesn't look like there's any on this side. Just so pretty. So now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take my e-file and do some holes because these are the pointed back cubic zirconia. And so I'm just going to randomly, I had no rhyme or reason for where I placed these. So I'm just going to randomly, but I'm going to be doing them kind of in an upward direction on these nails so that they are kind of cohesive with this. So how I'm going to do that is take my e-file, and then I have this little tiny, it's like a micro cuticle bit, and it is a diamond bit. So I'm just going to take that and my e-file, and because I know where my nails, like my natural nail is, and I can see right in here, I can go. And but the cool thing about this is these aren't like super like pointed, so they sit really pretty. I mean, you don't have to do like really deep holes. You just want a little divot for these to sit in. So I'm gonna go at 10,000 RPMs, and because I have that little bubble right there, I'm gonna go ahead and do one there. And I just take my e-file, whoop, and I kind of go like this so that I create just a small little hole. And that's just for that pointed back to sit in. So just like that. I'm not worried about the dust in there. I'll get all of that off. I have one there. Let's do a small, we'll do a small one. Or no, let's do another big one. Because I have two different sizes. And then do a small one by this one. So there's those so far. And then let's go ahead and do another big one so it's kind of the same. So I'm going to do another big one right about here. So just like that. So I'm going to go ahead and do my kind of random placement on all of my nails, and then we'll come back and I'll show you how I'm placing them. All right, so here we are a couple of times, but I'm hoping that I can uh, cover that up with the rhinestone glue that I'm going to use, which I forgot. So there's actually 5 products that I used for these. And this is the other one. So it's a Born Pretty rhinestone glue. So all I'm going to do is take these and then take my picker. Come on, picker. Here, I'm going to take this, and I'm just going to, oh, let me dust these out real quick. Not that it matters because They're just getting covered up anyway, but I don't want a bunch of dust underneath there. I'd like the glue to stick in there good. So I'm just going to take and fill in these little holes with this. I did make, like, these two are bigger holes and that one's a bigger hole. So I'm going to do 3 of the larger ones here and then 1 small one on my thumb. So just, oh, come on. I'm just placing them like that. So that the pointed part goes in the little hole that I created. Just like that. And then a small one. There we go. Just like that. So I might do like one more up there. Not sure. I don't want to do too many. But so then I'm just going to flash cure these in place. And then I'll do a full cure at the end. So I'm going to do that to all the rest of the fingers. All right, let's put a little bit of cuticle oil on here, and then we are all done. Look how beautiful. All right, there we go. Now we have 2 matching hands. Love it. Let me know what you guys think of these. If you try them out, I absolutely love them. It's been 3 months since I did my nails, which I cannot believe. And I just wanted something beautiful and fancy that it's all affordable. Like these look like you would go and pay quite a bit of money at the salon for them. But I mean, everything was under $10. The rhinestone or the CZ stones, those were, I think, $1.60 for 20 of them. So it's a couple of packs that I mixed in that container. But the most expensive thing was this, and I mean, $10, but it'll last me forever. Because I switch, between products. But yeah, and thank you guys for being so patient with me and not giving up on me. Um, I can't thank you enough for being here. I appreciate every single one of you. You all are amazing, beautiful, and I'm so lucky to get to do this and hang out with you and spend time with you. So thank you for being patient with me. I hope you love them as much as I do. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Everything that I used will be linked in the description if you're curious about it. And if you have any questions, concerns, anything you'd like me to try out, let me know in the comments also. Yeah, loved everything that I used today. Huge, huge, huge fan of this glitter top coat from Jellin. Love it. So yeah. And if you want to see how I did my prep, that's going to be after this. So thank you again for being here with me, spending your time with me. And like always, hopefully I'll catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.